Below the surface of power, dark forces manipulate the very fabric of reality. Thunderbolts is not just another action-packed film. It is a web of occult symbolism, wrapped in subliminal messages. Characters wrestle with dark, unseen forces, mirroring our inner struggles with good and evil. As the lines between the physical and spiritual blur, the film reveals hidden agendas and ancient esoteric knowledge lurking in the shadows. What are these symbols trying to tell us? What deeper truths are being masked? Unravel the cryptic messages embedded within, if you dare to see beyond the action. In the upcoming Thunderbolts film, which is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, there are some subtle elements that can be interpreted as occult-related, although they are mostly tied to the larger Marvel mythos. For example, one of the film's main characters is the Sentry, a superhero with immense power, but also deep psychological struggles. The Sentry is known for his battle between his heroic self and his dark counterpart, the Void, which can be seen as a symbol of a form of duality often present in occult narratives involving light and dark forces. Another connection is the use of certain symbols and artifacts, such as Loki's scepter, which previously contained the Mind Stone and was used to manipulate and control others. Loki himself is often associated with trickery and magic, and in previous Marvel stories, his actions have touched on themes of mysticism and manipulation of supernatural forces. Coming soon. Screen Crush. However, the film does not explicitly focus on occult themes, but integrates these elements as part of its broader superhero and cosmic stories, which occasionally delve into magic and darker forces within the MCU. If you're looking for deeper occult connections, you might want to explore characters like Agatha Harkness or Doctor Strange, who are more directly involved in the magical side of the MCU. Title: The Amulet of Lamura. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was an object that held extraordinary power, known as the Amulet of Lamura. Created by ancient wizards, it was an artifact that connected the physical world to the spiritual, capable of revealing secrets of the universe and granting its bearer the gift of vision beyond the veil of reality. For centuries, many sought the amulet to use, but few understood its true meaning. It was not just a tool of power, but a mirror of the soul. Whoever wore it would have to face their own shadows, fears, and hidden desires. The amulet acted as a portal to the heart of the person who carried it, forcing the bearer to confront their intentions. If the wearer had a pure heart, the amulet would grant wisdom and protection. However, if he were driven by ambition and darkness, the amulet would drive him mad. Legend has it that the first person to use the amulet was a wizard named Arlen. He wanted to unite the kingdom in peace, but on his journey, he was driven by his thirst for power. The amulet reflected his inner corruption, and Arlen ended up trapped in an illusory reality where everything he feared manifested itself eternally. Many years later, the young Elira found the amulet in the ruins of an ancient city. Unlike the others, she sought the amulet to heal her war-torn land. However, before she could use it, she had to undergo a series of trials. The shadows of her past appeared before her, trying to derail her purpose. Only when she accepted her weaknesses and gave up her desire for control did the amulet shine, revealing its true power. Not to shape the world, but to know herself. In the end, the amulet dissolved into light, fulfilling its purpose. Lumira, the spirit guardian of the relic, appeared to Elira and said, "True power lies not in the hands that dominate, but in the heart that understands." And so, the legacy of Lumira's amulet became a lesson in self-knowledge and humility. The film Thunderbolts seems to address central themes of duality, power, and morality, using characters who are not traditional heroes, but rather anti-heroes and figures with complicated pasts. The presence of the character Sentry, who fights against his dark counterpart called Void, reflects the idea that the true enemy may be internal, echoing the concept of duality between light and shadow. This internal conflict often appears in stories that address psychological and philosophical aspects, such as the struggle between good and evil within the same person. The choice of the Thunderbolts as protagonists also signals a message about redemption, imperfections, and the complex nature of heroism. They are a group of characters who, despite their flaws and questionable decisions, seek to do good or achieve a greater goal, even if their methods are morally ambiguous. The film, therefore, may be exploring themes of gray morality, where what is right or wrong is not so clear, which is a recurring theme in anti-hero stories. In addition, the use of occult or symbolic elements, such as the sentry character, connects with the internal struggle that many of the characters face, suggesting that power comes not only from physical abilities, but from the ability to face and control one's own shadows.